I don't know what the Ranger did to the designers at Wizards, but it was clearly terrible because they. You know what they did. You know what they did. The way that Wizards changed the Ranger in the most recent edition of D&D has left a lot of players feeling as though it got worse. And that. It sucks. It really sucks. But I also think it's something that is eminently fixable with just a couple of homebrew tweaks. And myself and the rest of my D&D group, we put our heads together like some hive mind collective of nerds, and we came up with some. Some of these are pretty reasonable, and other ones are more overpowered, but I'll give my reasons for all of them as we go. Hello, my name is Jason, and this is my YouTube channel. This isn't a Dragon's Horde D&D because this isn't a homebrew, but this is a homebrew rule, so maybe it is a homebrew. There's no tea involved though, so that's a stupid joke. The simplest fix for this, both from a DM perspective and a player perspective, is just to allow the Hunter's Mark you cast with your favoured enemy feature concentration free, which is good. I do think, and this is true of all of these things, that you generally need someone to just be a ranger. Dipping into rangers just to pick up Hunter's Mark for concentration free probably isn't all that strong unless you're going hyper min-max, in which case fair play, there's really no stopping you, you've got other stuff to do too. But generally speaking, if somebody's playing pure ranger, then let them do this. The fix that not only our group but a lot of groups and a lot of people I've seen online as well have said is that when you do this, the Hunter's Mark only lasts for a minute. Now, this does impact later on features and how they interact with things, because if you're not concentrating on Hunter's Mark, you can't drop concentration on Hunter's Mark, which completely messes up the level 13 feature, Relentless Hunter. So, this is where things get a little more kicky, spicy, powerful, punchy. Other words for this particular set of fixes, we are swapping out the level 13 feature. Sort of. There's no point in changing the name of it. I actually quite like the name Relentless Hunter. But there is a point in changing what it does, and this, I think, is relevant. For Relentless Hunter, with this particular version of these fixes, we are going to change two things about it. Three things about it. But two... First of all, your Hunter's Mark now does a 1d8 of damage instead of 1d6. This is only 1 point of damage extra by law of maths, which we all have to abide by because science, but it is a boost, and that's always nice. Along with that, your Hunter's Mark can be cast at a creature 300 feet away from yourself, because that's fun and it fits the fantasy that I think a lot of players want with a ranger. Along with this, and this is where it gets a little spicy, I promise never to do that again on video, you can target two creatures with your Hunter's Mark, so you can mark two creatures at the same time, and when you attack one of them, once per turn, you can also attack the other one as well. Roll attacks for both, deal damage on both. Some of these fixes interact very strangely with the Hunter subclass, and I do appreciate that, but also nobody at our group plays a ranger, so we haven't had much chance to really test all of these things. So, if you try this and you think, good gravy, Jason, what are you doing? This clearly is too much, then remove that last bit. But I do think the extra damage and the extra range, and even the extra target, they're all good things. You don't have to make the extra attacks if you don't want to. That's up to you. I also just think you should let people. It's level 13. Most people don't play at this level, apparently. And if you do, I promise you attacking another creature isn't going to break the game. We're also going to change the level 17 or the level 20 feature because we have come this far, so we may as well. Level 17, you get Precise Hunter. We're only tweaking this slightly because Precise Hunter already gives you advantage on any creatures you attack that have Hunter's Mark. We're going to keep that. That's cool. Sure, advantage is incredibly easy to get in 2024 rules, certainly at level 17, but you know, we'll take it, especially because we can target multiple creatures with Hunter's Mark at this point. We're also going to upgrade the damage of Hunter's Mark to a d10 at this point because, again, it's really not that much of a damage boost, but it does mean that Hunter's Mark can still feel relevant at this level, which is important. You will note that this, the d10 thing at least, is the level 20 capstone feature of the Ranger, so naturally we have to fix that too. Bowslayer is the name of the level 20 feature, and as I just said, normally that just lets you change your d6 to a d10. Awful level 20 feature, undoubtedly one of the worst capstones in the game. I don't think that's debatable, I think that's just a fact. I'm sure there are people out there that will debate it anyway. You're welcome to do so. We are going to do a couple of things here. We're going to change the Hunter's Mark die to a d12, So from a D10 to a D12. Again, this is only 1 point of damage generally, but when you're marking multiple creatures, that's relevant. And when you're hitting multiple times, that's more relevant. Speaking of marking multiple creatures, we're also going to allow Hunter's Mark to target 4 creatures at a time. And as with the level 13 feature, once per turn, when you attack one of these creatures, you can attack all of these creatures because it's fun. It's just fun, and it's level 20, and good. If you've DM'd a level 20 game and you're looking at this and you're thinking, it's too strong. It's just too strong. There's no way that's balanced. I don't know what version of D&D you're playing, because level 20 D&D is completely removed from the rest of the game in terms of balance. You're literally fighting gods, arm wrestling with ancient beings and deities for the fun of it. This is not going to ruin your game, so I wouldn't stress about it personally. These changes are radical-ish. I don't think they're really that out there in the scheme of things. I also think they're incredibly easy to implement and very easy to track as well, which is important, because if you're a DM or if you're a player pitching this to your DM, the last thing anyone wants is for it to be really, really complicated. That's not fun for anyone, especially the DM. So there's no reason to make it complicated. We'll keep it simple, we'll keep it fun, and we'll keep it effective, because that's what it's all about. All of these are really damage improvements, which is good. You can make up for a lot of the range of things in general with better magic items, and I think that's something that a lot of DMs do and have done previously. Let's take the monk from 2014 for example. You need a lot of magic items to make the monk from 2014 keep up damage wise with a lot of the other martials, and barbarians, I'd also argue, even in 2024 rules, you still really need to pump the items they're getting to keep them up with every other martial class. Fighters are, quite frankly, preposterous, and when you're looking at the Gish subclasses and classes, you're looking at a way of damaging things that strict martials just can't keep up with. Now, obviously, with you can attack creatures that are marked, you have to be able to actually hit them. So this definitely favors more of a ranged ranger build than it does a melee ranger build. But if you're using Nick and extra attack and, you know, you're multi-classing fighter and stuff like that, then you're already doing a lot of extra stuff, and you're probably focusing more on single target, generally speaking anyway, so it probably won't be an issue for you. That's that. These are the fixes that I think, and my group thinks, are good for the ranger in general, because the ranger deserves it. It's a cool class. Some of the subclasses are sick. The Tasha's fixes were really, really cool, and it really feels like the changes they made in 2024 are just kind of underwhelming. So hopefully this helps the class feel a bit sturdier, and that's good, because player options are good, as it turns out. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.